What do you mean? Because he wanted to be a sissy nanny in the story. There we go. We are now on everybody's things. Very good. Ah, nice, Paul. Yeah, probably. What do you mean I'm going robotic? No. I'm never mad about things. You know that. It takes a lot to piss me off. Yeah. Facts, Paul, you are. Okay. I'm going to do the intro and then we'll start from there. Fuck you. Okay. What's up, digital card fighters? This is Kyle D, better known as Ride My Avatar, and we got another podcast tonight. It is the Valiant Avatar podcast. Today we have a lot of good people with us. Well, we are missing Anteiku Nation. He was feeling under the weather. So, guys, send some support and love in his Discord. But we got a new special guest with us tonight. Let's bring it up. Not yet. Okay. So, go ahead. Knight, he is now live to speak.
So, we have with us, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the leader of the band himself, Mr. Skylet Vanguard.
No, I'm joking. Thanks. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm always watching Ride My Avatar whenever he does these podcasts, unless I'm asleep. It's 1 a.m. for me, but messed up sleep schedule. Thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem. Glad to have you, and especially when you're great on last minute things.
Yeah, no problem. Always here as a backup.
Yeah.
Just in case you don't have access to the pinned messages, Sky, I'm gonna drop a screenshot of the topics for this week just to make things a little easier for you.
Oh, thank you.
We'd like to be organized.
Thank you for the follow, Bunny XXO. Thank you so much.
Hey, Bunny. My girlfriend.
Aww. Welcome, everybody. So, Knight, start us off with the topics of tonight.
I just closed it. Okay, so this first topic for this week is we're examining Overdress. How is everybody feeling in all the stuff that has been loaded and revealed?
Right, do you want to go first?
Yeah. So, with a lot of the stuff that got shown off, it's quite interesting to see. Especially with the new Overtrigger, we kind of got the first look into the Dragonic Nation's newest item. And their Overtrigger is very unique. What do you guys think of that?
I haven't really looked into it just because TCG isn't really feasible for me right now. But the whole concept of the Overtrigger sounds pretty interesting as a whole. So I don't really have anything negative to say.
Let me take a quick look at it. So, with the Overtrigger, we kind of got the new wording on it. So, we got kind of what the clan does. It kind of restands your Vanguard when it's trigger drive check. So, it kind of makes you have a pseudo Overlord. So,
Lordy Lou.
Yeah. Now, because again, remember, eventually this could end up coming to 0, so it's very important to actually check it out.
Yeah, but I feel like it'll probably be changed just a little bit.
Maple. Yeah, it could be. But...
Okay, Skyler too. Hey, Maple.
But we also I like the trial deck design that they did with their new stuff. They kind of made it so the arts kind of flow into each other. The grade 1, grade 2, and grade 3 kind of connect in an art form. If you guys want to look that up, I'll post it, like the link to it.
Okay, thank you.
By the way, Ride, if Maple drops any Discord links in your chat, don't open them. They're almost always Rick rolls.
I allow Maple to do it because Maple's so overpowered.
True. When does Maple get nerfed?
I don't know. When they stop putting all the defense in all defense.
True.
So, they also confirmed that triggers from D series are no longer heals, are no longer at a whopping 20k. They brought it down to 15. And they brought normal triggers are at 10k's now based. And shield values at 15 besides the starter, which is very interesting. And we kind of got back to the original shield values, and everybody's kind of at the same power level now. 13 for Vanguard, 8Ks, 5Ks, and 10Ks, everybody kind of gets. So it's quite interesting to see.
Yeah, I kind of like Overdress from like the lore perspective. It kind of makes sense. But I sort of like laugh when I think of like, you know, humans from like Nova Grapplers. You know, I imagined them like, okay, so they team up with like some aliens, you know, like Link Joker. And then like, I don't know, like they both like join forces and they both look at like the Dragon Empire and they're like, oh fuck those dragons, you know, they're overpowered. So humans teaming up with aliens, but humans not really teaming up with dragons, other than the few humans in the Dragon Empire, of course. No.
I mean,
Go ahead.
To be fair, when you look at the other clans, like you'd kind of have to team up with them, right? It's like an end of the world scenario for them, like every day. If we're being totally honest, like you've got like a clan of literal dragons, you've got lolly mermaids in the sky, you've got
that pretty much has the whale.
yeah, the manifestation of Shiroyasha himself wailing for Revengers. You've got the blue beluga or the white beluga whale in the sky.
That wipes away everybody's memory of who's Rem.
Yeah.
Sky, you didn't finish, G. What do you mean you like the lore? Oh, the Overdress lore, okay?
But yeah, you need G's lore.
It's whatever, dude. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
You want the quick synopsis of what happens at the end of G?
Sure, go ahead. I'm listening.
So, Giz is the big bad that pulls from the power of the void, and is the one that's been controlling it from day one. Makes that shard crystal thing, that whole 9 yards. He's pulling from that, and basically he's the reason why everything got sealed away because of Messiah, the giant goddess dragon that they all pray to, and then Chronojet pretty much dies for pretty much to wipe Giz out of all timelines.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
it's basically SMT Nocturne. Gotcha.
Yep.
Nice. Sounds great.
Mm-hmm. And there you go.
Yeah.
Anybody else that wants the spoiler caption, you are screwed because I'm not doing that.
Damn, dude.
By now, you should know the lore.
Yeah, it's been.
I'll probably
out for
forget all
years.
this anyway. When
Yeah,
I
same.
start watching.
Yeah,
So-
same.
Next question. For this meta, what deck is your go-to at the moment? Like, if you were to go climb ladder, what is like your default thinking process for going like, do I go like this deck or do I
I think
feel
we should
this
let the
deck?
resident tryhard go first.
I mean, it usually depends on your luck, but if you're taking luck out of the equation, it's probably just like Revengers or like Ethics. I personally got shafted on both, so next best option is like Spikes for me, but I'd definitely rather go like Ethics or Revengers.
When you say ethics, do you mean extreme or reverse? I assume you mean reverse. But...
Yeah, mostly reverse and like extreme, like maybe like a one-off. Yeah. Chesa, in fact, helped me with my deck.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll send you mine. It's been pretty consistent. Right
Oh, I don't play anymore. I played it like twice, and then I just went back to spikes and rushing people down.
Of course you did.
Like my perfect odds. Also, hey, Lychee, what's up?
Like what's up? Yeah, definitely. What about you, Knight? What are you been kind of diving for?
I rotate between pretty much every deck that dropped this season, but predominantly Ethics Reverse, Link Joker, and then Revengers are probably my go-to three. Link Joker will probably be my primary climbing deck once I get that last IZD in on Monday. So.
Wait, how did you miss one? You should have it by now.
IZD? I had to craft one already, so this will be the second one I had to craft.
Oh, okay.
I only pulled 2. Yeah. I pretty much pulled playsets for every triple rare except Link Joker, which was the one I wanted the most, coincidentally. So. But the whole, I don't know. There's just something about playing Revengers, and it just doesn't feel good. If that makes sense. Not because I feel scummy for playing it. It just feels overhyped, and I don't really like it that much compared to like OG Shadows.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way with Revengers. I think it's overly hyped, and I just don't have as much fun as I would. I have more fun with like Link Joker, to be honest with you, or Garmoire, and just going in and going like,
yeah,
hey, bro.
Garmoire's another deck that I've been using a lot in ranked. But although part of my hesitance to use Revenger is the fact Dire Mood seems to like being in my hand all the damn time. So
yeah, you gotta switch up the PG to heal ratio then.
But as fun as drawing 4 heals is, I think I'd rather just play Ethics Reverse or Garmoire until I finish Link Joker. Vowing Reverse is a lot of fun too, but
Raiji is best boy.
Raiji is best boy.
Yeah, too bad it's like too much work and too much like luck involved right now.
It's
yeah, give it a set.
I mean, yeah, when you're like stalling your opponent, you need to put down like grade 2s, and they can rush you because you're not like a limit break deck. But yeah.
Yeah, but Reiji is a lot better than people think he is right now. That's all my point is. He's still definitely like a. I'd put him. He's just a little bit too inconsistent to be considered like one of the competitive clans, but he's definitely still a threat.
Yeah, it's just when you. Yeah, it's just very inconsistent because of your soul charge and your PGs and your heal triggers.
Yeah.
At least next week, you soul charge your heal triggers, they can go back.
For which?
So right now, basically, again, like the hell draws. Basically, you put down this grade 1 or grade 2 card called Hell Draw, and it soul charges 3 cards. And if one of those cards is a heal trigger, it creates an artificial one and puts in your deck.
It's like the DI equivalent of that Genesis card that puts your triggers back, but specifically for heals.
Yeah, exactly.
So at least then, when you put the motorcycle in there, at least you get a copy of it and put back in immediately.
Oh, sorry, soul charge 2, not 3. Yeah.
It's Chariot that gets that would get added back. I don't think it would be affected by grade 1s, but the whole series is kind of hard to keep track of.
Well, again, especially when you don't know what deck you're planning on and stuff like that, it can definitely change and add variables into it.
So are we going to mention how we didn't get sparking?
Let's talk about how. Yeah, do you feel weird the lack of communication the game creators had with adding dice and other events, and didn't even let us know in the beginning, like, hey, by the way, we're not going to do sparking, but hey, look, right at the beginning of the month, oh look, we got sparking. We don't have sparking at the moment, but it could appear later this month. Maybe.
So like the lack of communication I think was an issue, but overall I think the whole situation is just hilarious, personally. Just because the loudest people complaining are the ones who just basically look to JP as like information crutch. And just completely rely on it as a server for predictive trends. But that's just my opinion.
How do you feel about it, Skylet?
I mean, it's no real harm done. I mean, fucking global mirrors JP to like a stupid extent. Like when JP went down for like a day and they reduced like, you know, the ranked rewards, global did the same thing, even though global didn't go down for a day. So like, it's like, yeah, I understand why people just look at JP and copy JP. It's just, there's no real harm done with it. And I don't think they even said in their post it's not like an issue, so I don't even know why they brought it up in the first place. So it's like,
I don't know that I agree that it's not like an issue. I would say it kind of cripples people's ability to think for themselves when it comes to like deck building and whatnot. But
dude, there is no deck building in this game. There's not enough cards to like have your own deck.
that's not
There's
true.
like so
Shadow Paladins have like 7 different builds you can do.
but even among even if that's true, they do. Even if they do have 7 builds, it's not like that diverse. Like deck building,
Yeah,
I
compared
don't
to a TCG,
feel like.
sure. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not comparing it to anything, but it's just there's not that many cards in order to like actually have your deck, and being limited with like 13 of each card. I think maybe in like a year or 2, we might get to the point where you chose that specific card and it's, you know, actually has value for you. Right now, I don't think deck building's really that diverse, in my opinion.
I think it depends on the clan, really, specifically.
Fact.
Otherwise, yeah, I can kind of see your point.
But yeah, definitely, it does put in this this effect that people have this mentality of this is the best deck because we can look ahead so far. But again, though, people do lean towards what they like, so it can vary immensely later down the road.
That is one thing that Global does differently, is that they do tend to play things that they like.
Yeah,
and it comes down to what you pull and if you're well or not as well.
Yeah. I mean, right now, as much as I would love to just continue playing Linka Joker, Revengers, I will play Link Joker because I feel more comfortable and more beneficial to play it.
That's what Chesa said in chat. It's also true. Don't get rewarded for deck building. You can win with any deck. It's just luck.
Yeah, this game does have a high concentration of luck-based factors. It's slowly starting to go down as more and more stuff gets released. But again, with the forced deck building strategy that you are in, you don't really have creativity where you need it. Because again, the structure of 13-13-13 is just a terrible idealism.
It's boring. And that's why I said there's like not really that much diversity.
I think if they upgrade up the number of cards you can have in a deck, I think we'd probably see a lot more interesting things.
Yeah, but like whenever I see people on Twitter, they're like at Vanguard Zero or whatever, or I see people complain, they don't really, in my opinion, don't really complain about like the important stuff. Like if I could like have any feature, I would like to put crits on my rear guards, you know, or like something actually like valuable, or taking away like those 30 restriction.
You know, everyone who single-handedly complains about not being able to put crits on rear guards are OTT mains because they want to put crits on Tom. Let's be real here.
Yeah, true. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's, I don't know, but like I want to be able to like, I don't know, have some form of communication with them. And like, I know it's like sort of like a big thing to ask for, but like, I feel like you'd get so much like value and respect and like love from the community for doing that, but I don't think it will happen.
Cheser brings up a good point in that 13 triggers in a 40 card deck is way too much compared to the TCG's 16 and 50.
Well,
There's
yeah,
because saturation.
Well, it's so much easier to draw the grade 3s now, which isn't funny because I would prefer to have the less likelihood of drawing my freaking trigger than to actually draw it, because again, now the frig, it's a weird If anybody knows the statistics, this would help a lot better. I did one course in it, and I don't remember the equation on this just to figure this out.
You're talking about a cross proportionality, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can do it for you real quick. Hold on.
Yeah.
Although this wouldn't really be statistics. Just it is a 32% chance to hit a trigger compared to that can't be right because it says they're both 32%, but that doesn't make sense at all. Maybe my phone's calculator is just stupid.
Well, again, you also...
33%.
Okay. Well, you also have you have to take into account that, again, we do have, like, now we have grade zeros in the equation for trigger lineup instead of that. Where deck building, also we can have a statistic ratio because, again, the 40 cards and a 13 is straight up 30, 30, 13, 13, 13. Now everything's quite even down the marrow, and again, it doesn't create diversity. It creates stagnant.
And the drive checks as well.
Yeah, I rather have...
That comes into play as well.
I want to be able to not have to play draw triggers.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm forced into it because draw triggers are the only strong card in this game because defensively you gain value off of it. And even offensively you gain the most value.
That's why I'd like to put crits on rear guards, just because, it gives, more value to actually having crits in your deck. But even then, I still think draw triggers will probably be superior.
41 for a chance to draw triggers in 0. 41% chance? Oh, okay. Thank you, Doraka.
That's pretty high for when you don't have as many cards in your deck. That's big issue.
Yeah, you're almost halfway, 50% chance of gaining that. That's terrible. 30... Doraka, which one is it? You just said 41, now it's 33. You're confusing me. But no, it is terrible because that hurts the game in the overall perspective of it.
Because you're missing out on attacking resources, so you're actually punished for drawing cards more so than you would be in other situations.
How do you feel, Skylet, about the force? Like, if we were able to guard from hand eventually, how would you feel from that?
Oh god. The first thing, this is more of what I think, not feel. The game's engine, you doing an action during your opponent's turn, I think the game would be destroyed and crash into oblivion. But but
Yu-Gi-Oh can do it fine. They have trap cards.
Yeah, but that's Yu-Gi-Oh, not fucking Trash
Look at
Studio.
where Yu-Gi-Oh's at right now anyway. I wouldn't exactly say Yu-Gi-Oh is a healthy card game anymore.
I mean, Duel Links is.
Yeah, but we're all here playing Vanguard and not Duel Links. I think that speaks for itself. But I feel like that would be very fun. I feel like, obviously people are gonna struggle with it early on, but me personally, I'd enjoy it. But I just, with the game crashing just because people are logging in playing Revenges and Link Joker, I can't see it happening, dude. Do you remember trying to connect day one of Revenges and Link Joker? I
couldn't open packs properly. I was crashing.
Yeah, I can't see it, dude. So
I do not even know how you played that whole day.
Mordred was playing more than me, dude. I was struggling to log in. I was like, oh god.
Dude, the 3 hours I tried, dude, I was like this, ready to bang my head against the wall every time. And everybody that watched me that day knew how frustrated I was. And then when I finally got...
Are you telling me you don't want to bash your head in playing this game all the time?
No, I like to have an enjoying, relaxing game. But apparently, when I can't get in a game without it crashing every 35 seconds, and going load, Okay, let me go make a dinner and a meal. I'll be back and I'll probably be able to play. Let me go
Yeah,
to a drive-in movie and I'll probably still have time to play when I come back.
But so letting us guard from our hand, that's like that'd be. I would like that option. I think it'd be really cool. But then, like they have to like change other stuff. Like our drive check's also gonna go back to our hand. Like yeah, our drive check's gonna go to our hand, or they're gonna go back to the bottom of our deck. And when we check a drawer, is it still gonna go to the drop zone? Like, what are they gonna do? But basically, they're like almost making like a new game in terms of like mechanic
Yeah, I
wise.
think it would just have to be something different at that point,
Yeah.
based off of the game coding.
Yeah.
But me personally, I would like it though.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I would-
kind of like the fact that they kind of started it with the Shirayuki stuff, with the Mirakumos, adding in a feature where it was, yes, one required a limit break, and then, what's his name? Magina Lord, Mandala Lord literally said, whenever I get swung at, let me activate this. And I like that. That created a different play style and got rid of the uselessness of a grade 3 that you never wanted to play anyway.
Yeah, but also like they didn't like let us choose as well. That's why I think the games, you can't choose. So like, no, you don't get any interaction during your opponent's turn, probably because the game engine can't like handle it.
I think there's also the fact of the clock. They want to keep it one-sided and not have a double clock timer, which then, let's say, all it takes is you to have that full timer to be used, and depends on how they want to code it, because that timer might be a one, like, they can't distinguish the code where they could have two interactive turn pieces. Again, I think they just don't have the budget or the mentality to be able to figure it out.
Yeah, because I feel like it sounds like a very simple like solution. Just have like another timer.
Lower the
like...
clock. People need to play faster. Excuse me. Have you met
God.
Angel Feathers? They cannot play any faster because the game forces them in a play style that they cannot get out of.
What they need to do about that is they need to make it where the clock momentarily pauses every animation on Angel Feathers or other clans that take up.
Well, they also speed it up. Like in JP, it's actually quite faster to play. If you notice, like the difference, there is actually a couple seconds. Everything else is sped up by like a second and a half, I think, compared to Global's second and a half is longer. So like the game actually plays faster. Everything, like the flip animation isn't like slow-mo.
Yeah. Although I do agree with Chezzer though, like people do need to play faster and they need to play on better internet.
Dude,
Like-
they're fucking global monkeys. They can't help it.
I mean, when I'm watching a video and stuff like that, that's kind of my fault. I'll run a clock out just because I'm bored.
Oh yeah, I've run the clock out so many times, just like doing something else in the background.
At least I'm not the only one. Yay! Have you ran the clock out before, Knight?
No,
Person's like, this
plans.
top 10 player's retarded. Like, how can he
I
like
don't play
fucking run
clans
out the
like
clock?
that, right? I'm sorry, buddy. I just don't use clans like that, unfortunately.
I mean, I still won with me screwing up and not paying attention to a clock in a game that I should have lost against an Ethic Buster Extreme. So my most recent video proved that you could still win if you're lucky enough, because I not once 6 damage heal on my second turn of death. I 6 damage heal again, and I was like, this should not happen.
I watched my friend 6 damage heal twice, and this is the only time I've ever seen Car come through in 2 consecutive turns as a heal trigger.
Mhm.
Every other time, it's like Car calls Car, calls Car, calls Car.
Mhm.
But
True.
yeah, it was. My friend was playing Garmor against PBO Shadows, and the dude just hit heal trigger after heal trigger on 6 damage. It was super frustrating. Oh, and then he forgot to boost, so we lost. So, good times.
Rip.
I mean, we all make mistakes. Like, what was like your biggest WTF moment when you were playing, like, I know this is off script, but I figured like the biggest WTF moment that you're like, did I just do that like mistake you made that cost you your game?
Oh, I was going in a totally different direction there, right? I was like, my biggest what the fuck moment is how this person connected to the servers at all when there it takes like 30 seconds for them to transition between phases that are automatic. Like, unbelievable.
Now, like your biggest misplay that you could have easily avoided, and you're like, oh my god, I just did that. I'm losing because I screwed up.
It was when I was learning Revengers. I don't remember what it was. I just remember that it cost me a game, and I fucking yeeted my phone.
This is the Angry Knight show, apparently.
I think I misplayed Claudus on the wrong. Yeah, I misplayed Claudus, or not Claudus. I played Dorant on the wrong column, and I played something on that column, so I couldn't countercharge with Blaster.
What about you, Skylet? King of bands. Let's hear your screwed up moment.
Probably just like playing this game, installing it. That was my biggest. No, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I feel like I always like make mistakes, and then I don't know. I sort of just learn from my mistakes. I like make them and then just learn from them. I'm trying to remember a specific one, but I don't know. Chaz is toxic and he always laughs at me. Maybe he remembers like a fucked up thing I did.
Chaz, you got a moment for him? No, I gotta say my most WTF moment was like I was just starting out Link Joker, and like today's bigger thing after I did some modifications, I had the game. All I had to do was lock one card, and I had the game. I hit battle phase, and then I'm like,
Rip.
no.
Oh.
Can I go back a few seconds?
I'm like, can I just go back to main phase? Can you give me a redo button, please? I need to lock that card.
I did that in my last match of tournament mode one point at the beginning of last month when I was running Jewel Knights. So instead of playing like cards from my hand, I accidentally mashed the button, so I didn't get the Blaster Blade retire, so I lost.
Oh, gotta love that.
Was not a happy camper for about 15 minutes after that happened.
When are you a happy camper?
Good point.
I just want to say that like Shiriyasha's legend 74, and he's pushing towards 80. He's almost double my legend rank.
That's because Shiro is a god amongst mortals, my friend.
He also has a full SP Revenger deck at the moment, and
he's also a much better person than any of us.
True. He's
I don't know.
legend 74, dude. Second place of legend 59.
But the only reason why he's higher than me is because I also have a wife at home. I can't put enough hours in this game.
I mean, he's married, or he's got a fiance.
Yeah,
I give him credit that the fiance allows him to do that much.
I think she plays too.
Yeah, she at least knows about Vanguard's interests, so sponsors events with him.
Like,
damn, man, they're a power couple. Fuck.
Me and my wife play physical card games, but she won't play Zero. See, that's why.
Imagine having supportive relationships in your life.
My wife wants to video. You know, my words suck. I'm bad at writing, and everybody can contest to that. Anytime I post something, they're like, "What the fuck did he just say?" My wife wants to teach me how to write better.
So, I think we should do. What do you think the most overrated deck is right now? Segment. I don't know if we briefly touched on it, but for me, I think it's Revengers for me.
I have to say, yeah.
Well, like justified, like overrated, or like unjustified.
One then the other. Let's go with that. So for the Actually, I don't even know where I would classify Revenge because I think it's still like a very good deck. It's very consistent. It's like a Mack truck, and it's got a lot for it. But I was expecting it to just be like the most broken shit ever. So for it to not be that was very underwhelming.
Hmm.
What about you, Ride?
My biggest moment is people downing certain decks because they don't understand it because they don't play it. And I gotta say, like, for people not understanding, because I like playing event decks a lot more than anybody else. You'll see it more on my stream. I'm like, people really underestimate a lot of decks that come forwards, and again, they're gonna really underestimate the daylights out of like Aqua, Grand Blue when it comes out, because not a lot of people will play it, but they will regret it. But I think it's the most underhyped deck that they're not understanding yet.
What about you, Sky? What's your what do you consider to be the most overhyped deck in the game right now?
First I just want to say, hey, Krona. Also, so I think like Revengers is overhyped, but it's like justified. Like, people, you can compare it to like Draw Knights almost, but like you can like retire your opponent's like, you know, intercept and still like getting like 4 attacks. Draw Knights, it's like you can, but it's like with Blaster Blade and, you know, it's 2 CB and you don't have like a counter charger like that. But like, but yeah, so I feel like Revengers is like overrated, a bit overpowered.
I wouldn't say it's overpowered, not really. Well, I
I
guess it
don't
depends on
know.
how lucky you are on a statistical average. Me, I always draw heal triggers, so
I don't know, man.
As everybody else does, we draw the heal triggers and we don't regret it.
I think a clan that is like unjustified, something that's like unjustifiably overrated is like Link Joker. Like I don't think it's like good at all. It's just like it's easily countered unless like you're an idiot, and it's just like I don't understand why people are playing it just for the hype. I feel like Link Joker will be good when Chaos comes out.
I'm not playing it for the hype, actually. I find it just so easy to punish the stupid. It's so fun. I love punishing the stupid that isn't smart enough to go like, oh, if I put it here, oh no, I'm gonna put the grade 1 and try to rush you because it's a 10k swinger.
I think it's overhyped by this average player, but I don't think it's a bad deck. I just think that it requires a careful pilot. And once
I don't think it's good. I was just saying, I don't think it's like worth playing in my opinion. I just don't think it's good. I think it's because it's just brand new. It needs more support. Like, yeah. What are your thoughts on Chaos, by the way? So we're just talking about Link Joker.
I fucking love Chaos, and although hell, but then again, my build for Link Joker right now is a little differently. I run stands, not 9 of them, but I run 4.
Oh my god, you're one of those fucking players. Get out!
Oh! Because
he's Link Joker over here.
Listen, dude, don't knock it till you try it. Nebula makes that shit dirty, and I'm just saying, it's nasty. It's very nasty.
Yeah, I see Knight's benefits and his backlog for it, but personally I won't run stands with it.
I'm going to rush you. So go ahead.
I do see the benefits where he's coming from, because he's taking the benefits of what is his name? Nebula Lord. Because again, having more than 1 card lock is just so beneficial, because then you're already hitting magic numbers that you weren't really hitting before. So again, 1 is now 3, 2 is now 6, 3 is now 9. Your opponent really doesn't have an answer if you're already gaining a 9 on them. So again, having the stands come in clutch might actually help. But the only downside of stands I don't like is on the first swing you ever do on your grade 1 turn, and it isn't already backing up somebody in the back row to help kind of mitigate yourself. Again, Zero would be such a different game if you could control what great ratios you have, because to be honest with you, I would just slam all grade 1s in there, and then slamming grade 3 lineup just for the triggers, and then just spam a bunch of stand triggers and call it a day.
Yeah.
But this is a world that Kyle's not allowed to have this much fun.
Yeah.
True.
I think all right, here's another question we can touch on after. I just thought of one, Kyle, but let's wrap this one up whenever we get a chance.
Okay.
If there was one deck you could build to play with no like stipulations or just no questions asked, what would you build? Like out of zero, obviously. For me, it would probably be Angel Feather or Celestials, just because I didn't pull enough of them.
So wait, that you don't physically own right now?
I have I have enough cards to be like teasing with it, but I don't have enough to make a deck work.
Because I'm not the right person to ask this question.
Oh yeah, because you're a fucking whale like Shiro is.
Again, not the person to ask this question. I own every deck, and I will be able to play it.
So we'll direct it at Sky since he's another normal human being like me.
He's got a bottom of a while. Full SPs, Angels, baby. Oh, I would love that.
Out of the cards that are currently out, jeez, probably just I think maybe Novas. I'd like to have Novas.
Really? You don't
I mean,
have...
Epics Reverse. I mean, that's really all I need. Yeah, I like to play Epics Reverse, and that's it. But yeah, I mean, I'd only play it for like, you know, a month, and then I'm just like, I'm gonna complete DI next month. I just want something that's like, you know, very like competitive right now to play, and then next month I'll just finish off DI.
Nice, Maple. 14 cards away from your full SPs. Can't wait. I'm going to be full SPing Angels eventually as well, because I find it so much more fun.
I showed Maple my setup for Angels yesterday. They were just like, "This is unusable," and I died a little bit inside.
Maple, you're supposed to be bubbly and cheerful. You're supposed to be the angel.
Maple syrup, the Maple we know, bubbly and fucking the one that talks about eating cute animals, the one that fucking posts hentai gifs, and the one that jokes about fucking like how stupid everyone is. Are we talking about the same person here?
I'm
talking about the
same
anime.
Maple rule with like the hit list. Like...
Yeah.
Hey, I'm talking about the Maple from from Team Maple Leaf here.
Yeah, we're talking about the same person too, buddy.
Maple actually
Jesus
toxic.
Christ. Maple wholesome. Jesus Christ. That's. I expected to hear a lot of things today, Ride. That was not one of them.
Hey, I always throw curveballs in, don't you? Don't you always expect that?
True.
Especially when you try to make a comment via posting a topic, and I already covered it.
Damn it, dude. Look, I was trying to innovate. Okay, my bad.
Okay, can we do one bonus question that I have?
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know we got the team feature. What sort of like team related like features do you think we're actually going to get in the future? You know,
I hope team tournament support for me personally.
To be honest with you, what I would love for team is that instead of as a single unit get ladder rank reward, now your whole team can get the same thing if someone's able to, like your whole collective group as a whole in numerics gets that. I mean, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I actually posted that idea. I sent it to Bushiroad and I posted it myself like a few days ago. That like the legend rank for you and your whole team gets like added up together, and then whichever team, you know, like is like first, second, and third get like packs and gems. And like a few of us sent it to Bushi, and I posted on Twitter as well.
I think that would be a great idea. It would make it so that having a team, especially, would make team ranking and make you feel more beneficial, because again, like even the weakest link that can get at least get to Legend 10 can definitely help you, while the others can probably climb. But again, if it's Luard and Shirayasha on a team, then good luck ever getting first.
Lucky Lord's in my team.
That's what I mean. Skylar, you always get first. Let's not joke about that.
I haven't gone first once. I'm always like top 10.
Yeah.
But yeah,
well, you had
everyone
to
in
deal
my
with
clan.
hackers.
So what?
Remember, like, your biggest struggling seasons were always like when you were heavy hitting. You also had to deal with the bigger hacker seasons where people were just cheating.
Yeah,
Is
it's like
Ansem confirmed hacker right now, or is that somebody else?
no, Ansem's been like pretty slow. He's like 7th, I believe.
Yeah, but I saw somebody say he was hacking earlier.
I mean, it's really hard to tell because there was like other hackers who like take like names from like the top 10. Like yeah, that's like happened since like I'm pretty sure like Perfect Riser season. Yeah.
They think they're being cheeky, but really, it's really not hard to figure out if it's a copycat or not.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
there's
the
3
goal is
Ride My
just
Avatars at the
yeah.
moment.
Hmm.
And there is only one true Ride My Avatar, and that is me. I am the true god.
The trick around that is to use either controlled banner or one that's really hard to get.
Yeah.
Because you can't copy what you don't have.
True.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Silence.
I know, that was the only question I could think of.
So
Hey,
let's
contributing.
let's take a quick look at JP's meta, shall we? So I'll post the link to it, and we'll see what their newest belief is. Because let's see.
Remember when everyone changed the name to Shirayasha during the season when 13 people got first? It's like Artemis season or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, then they changed it immediately, going like, oh, this cannot happen.
Just saying that was a really dumb idea that could have had a lot of really bad consequences. Just saying.
Shirayasha's first.
Yeah, okay,
first.
just as long as you guys are aware. I'm just like, that could have gone bad so many fucking ways.
Okay, so
Like D-ranking.
They're not that dumb, okay?
they won't do that. It's too
I
much of a
know,
lock
I
bait.
There was a
lock bait.
cult of dumb people who wanted that to happen.
And that usually comes
God.
from Echo's community.
There
Yeah.
was someone who fucking said that D-ranking would have been a good thing for Vanguard Zero, and I'm just
That's Echo.
Yeah,
That's Echo.
Yeah, it was like we debated with him on his stream, and yeah, he admitted it wouldn't. He was just saying it would help lower ranking people, and I said no, it still wouldn't. They would quit the game.
True.
But like, he admitted that like it wouldn't like solve anything. He just needed to hear some clear logic.
Okay, I posted a link. Let's take a look at what JP is saying is the best tier 1 deck and what's the best tier 4s. So right now it looks like we're having Mordred. Liberators seem to be pulling up to the tier 1 slot. We have Ashley. Ooh, this looks actually pretty decent for the tier 1s once the newest set drops.
Set
Still
15.
don't agree with the numerical scale, but that's me.
Oh, I know. Chaos gets pulled down to 2nd. But that's not bad. Like, all this is pretty decently looking. But again, that's because, again, we kind of know that by JP standards, they play a different way of thought processes than us.
Yeah.
But again, I kind of like their list they came up with. What do you guys think? Hey, Chazzer! Thank you for the follow.
I have no opinion. I don't follow JP.
Well, I'm trying to get your opinion now.
Okay, my opinion is I don't follow it specifically because I don't want to prime myself to think a specific way. I like to go into sets as blindly as possible outside of, baseline information.
Yeah, but I feel like having some sort of knowledge does help to understand
Maybe.
processes.
But for me, the knowledge I like to have is this coming? Cool. If not, don't care.
I'm just thinking, like, how is like you said Ashley's like at the top. What was it like?
About surprise.
Tier 1 or tier 2?
So in JP right now, it goes Mordred, Gancelot Liberators with the new Gancelot with one Azel Scissors to help cancel out Lock. Then it comes down to Ashley Reverse with pretty much originally Ashley Stables, and they just got rid of frickin' Gancelot.
Isn't Ramiel Reverse still on the list?
Probably further down.
She got pulled down hard. She got moved down to third.
Third? Jesus, how do you drop that hard?
By the looks of it, because they also have Samurai as a new deck that just seems to be murking people. The combo for it looks ridiculous. They use two of the break rides. So they're using 2 break rides with this deck, and then Samurai. So,
do you think that Immortal Ashura Kaiser will get nerfed in any capacity?
Let me read its effect so I can get an understanding of it.
Yeah, I could use the bathroom ride, so I'll be back in a second.
Okay, chair stream. Oh,
wow. Wall, but yeah.
I mean, that would help if I could read the card.
I'm looking at Ignition Dragon.
Ignition Dragon?
Yeah, retire 2 of your opponent's rear guard at random with priority to back row. Looking kind of spicy. Ghost's gonna be very well with
That's with Novella, right?
Set 15, Brilliant Strike. It's with Ashley Reverse and stuff.
Okay. Unyielding Ashura. Let's see what Ashura Kaiser does. So limit break when a grade 3 or Samurai is out put out in your drive check, you get this the next ability until during the battle. At the end of the turn end of the Vanguard battle, you can activate it by counterblasting, discarding 2 cards, stand this unit and the rear guard, draw 2 plus 1,000. Oh, it's nasty. That's freaking nasty. That's why they run the 2 break rides. I get it, because no matter what, those 2 are freaking god tier break rides at that point.
Dude, Nova gets so much support.
Well, Nova's used to be a freaking laughing stock in the TCG, if everybody remembered.
Yeah, I never played, so I didn't know that.
Yeah, Nova Grapplers, when they first came out, were just laughing stocks.
All right.
Increase your Vanguard.
Your opinion, Ride?
On which one?
Ashura. Do you think they'll nerf it?
I mean, how can you nerf this thing? Like, without killing it? Like,
Nova's just broken. They get all the support, and it's like, I'm surprised like Nova isn't like overhyped.
It's because
like, sure you see a few of them, but like,
I think it's a lot of people's play styles. It doesn't suit them well, is the word I'm gonna go with. But yeah, the only reason why Eternal Defender is so good is because, again, you're using either Mount Ruger or Beast God Deity Ethic Buster to be their break ride, and then the Ashura Kaiser Eternal here literally just goes bonkers and just laughs at you for playing your deck.
Yeah.
Because why would you even do this? At the end of the Vanguard battle, you can activate it by counterblasting 2, discard 2 cards, stand one of this unit, or the rear guard, draw 2 cards plus 1,000 for this unit during the turn cross ride. So if you're sitting on Ethic Buster or Bla Liga, you're standing your whole front row or your whole board. It does not matter in the slightest and does not care. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm guessing the samurais gain power on restand. I'm gonna guess.
Seems like a safe
Probably.
bet.
Like, I don't know what they could do to stop this in any sense of the word. Like,
No, Skylet, show your face, you coward. No.
so your Vanguard is sure when this unit stands during your battle phase, you'll have. Oh, okay, yeah. They pretty much gave the BSTD stuff without having to worry about it.
I probably still won't switch off of Ethics Reverse because it's the only Nova deck I've ever liked. So
I'm gonna try out Blouse just because Blouse look fun.
not interested.
I'll be
Same with my
DI.
Mavericks.
I'll be DI all the way. I'm gonna save all my packs until G or Legion.
Go Yusha. Yeah, Go Yusha is tier 2 at the moment, but that's because. Wait, what?
Oh,
Okay.
you got. So go ahead.
Yeah, I was just looking at this just to verify everything. They only use. Okay, now I kind of see what they're going for, and I'm kind of scared and intimidated by this deck. Yeah, you gotta watch out for that Go Yusha deck. Punch for 5 damage, 1 swing. Let's go.
Anybody else got any questions
look-
in chat?
Little side topic.
Oh, okay.
So you know how like no clan really, the clan events. Now like no clan really survives. After the event's over. You know, other than sort of spikes, you know, here and there.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
I
I've never
played
seen
Neos.
personally.
I played Neos for a good while, and I was still wrecking people's face in.
Yeah, I mean, but like, I mean, in terms of like the overall player base, like, there's like a few
Yeah.
people here and there, but typically they don't survive. What do you think about Nubatama when it's
I don't-
coming out next month, right?
Yeah, I don't know enough about them.
Basically, just like send your opponent's cards to the bind zone, and then you like you basically just make your opponent discard cards from their hand.
But are they permanent discards or are they temporary?
Permanent.
Some are permanent, some are temporary.
Yeah, the sort of goal of the deck's to make it permanent.
I think that could be pretty good against certain clans that are very piece reliant and rely on the whole hand, using cards in the hand. But on the same token, you could. There's workarounds that I would say are pretty. Just keep cards on the field.
Pretty much.
They can sort of like put a card from like your field
Oh, so they can
into
come
like
from
your.
hand too.
Yeah, they can put like a card from your field into like your hand or bind zone, one of the two, and then they can like make you discard it. But, yeah.
Okay, that seems pretty good, honestly.
Yeah, it's actually when I was in JP for like a few weeks, I actually played against them. It's actually really good. Like they can force you to like brick, and like you know, it's like you lose your important grade 3, or sometimes I was put in a situation where I had to pick between like my main grade 3 and like my perfect guard. It's like pretty good.
Yeah,
So,
Well,
I'm wondering, do you guys think it's gonna survive, or is
probably. If
gonna
it's
be-
that good, then it would probably be versatile enough to make the cut in how competitive Set 13's meta or competitive deck list is.
What about
it's gonna be a very hit or miss situation because again, you got to take in the account that not everybody is overly hyped for Nubatama. So again, either people are hyped for it or they're not, and it's gonna really put into this weird limitation because again, usually clan event stuff usually either falls to the wayside or gets pulled to the front because they enjoy it. It really is what people's preference is. Again, even right now, again, for some people would say Spike Brothers fell so far behind once this set came out, like since its release, and yet it's not. It's a really powerful deck.
Yeah, it's just no one uses it. Maybe people just got shafted. Don't know.
I just think that the event deck concept, while flawed, is very interesting. I definitely think we'll see a resurgence of Neos, well, at least from Ride here alone. Event decks carry your channel, brother. No, I'm kidding.
They do. Actually, that's the most views on my channel any given freaking day of the week.
The Bearus Cancer, yeah, the Stealth Beast Tamahagane. It's like when placed, bind one of your opponent's rear guards, and then return that card from the bind zone back to their hand.
Yeah, and then everything is like discarded at the end phase after they come all back, so it's like discard, 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 discard.
Only 2 triple rares. I mean, that's typical for like the event clans, but yeah. That great that stealth beast ability, that's like a great tier.
That their triple rare is not like a headliner unit, that it's a break ride instead.
Yeah. It's because it's got like it's got pretty good ability.
Yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't, but I mean, like, a break ride is a one and done.
So yeah, when you ride limit break during your turn, you can increase your well, if you keep rewriting your break ride, then it's not a one and done.
Yeah, but that's kind of like a
Link Joker, Infinite Zero, Link Joker.
At the end of the battle, return the card from your bind zone to the hand. In addition, at the start of your opponent's next turn, your opponent discards 1 card. So yeah, their aces that discard. Yeah, you want to keep break riding that thing. If you don't, you're kind of in a bad situation. Because again, I don't even think the other ones do enough for it to matter.
Yeah, the grade 3 Stealth Dragon Voidmaster is like counterblast 2. When this attack hits, like anything, you just make your opponent discard a card at the start of their next turn. So you want that as like a rear guard. Since it's 9k in the grade 3, put it on the rear guard.
So do they even have like a quote unquote headliner main ride target outside of
the break ride?
Kukikiri Kanjo?
They got Shura Stealth Dragon, Kabuki Kongo. Basically, when it hits a Vanguard, counterblast 1 and it gets 10,000 power, and bind all of your opponent's rear guards, then you return them to your opponent's hand at the end of the turn. But then its second ability is when this unit attack hits a Vanguard, Soul Blast 2, counterblast 1, to put 2 cards from your opponent's bind zone into the drop zone. So all the cards on their field go to the bind zone, then when this attack... It's a double rare.
And they have a common that is when this attack hits, regardless of position, Vanguard or rear, it can be activated, the Counterblast 2. At the start of your opponent's next turn, they discard a card, so you can force them to discard multiple cards in a turn.
Yep. Is that... Yeah.
That's not bad.
It's actually really good, man. You make your opponent brick so hard.
Because they have to discard something, and sometimes they have...
It'll be my heal triggers.
It'll be a perfect cards as well.
When attacking limit break, if your opponent to activate Counterblast 1 during that battle, increase the power and bind all your opponent's rear guards at the end of turn. Return those cards. That's nasty. So if, let's say your opponent's already at 4 cards in hand and they have a full board, that's 9. And when they draw, they have to do that and then have the cards be discarded afterwards anyway. That's just nasty.
I love their Vanguards. I love their grade 3s are just like really good Vanguard options, which is like really good. That's what you want. Even though they're not like triple rares, they're still like really good ride options. Like there's like definitely like, I think like, yeah, this is like probably like one of the first few clans, in my opinion, that's like gonna come out and like all of the grade 3s are like pretty good ride options,
even though they're not triples. Yeah, I think I mean, but I'm on the opinion that like I think Alfred is a good ride target for Liberators, so like maybe I have a different perspective.
Which Alfred?
Which one do you think?
Oh yeah, I mean if it's Monarch, yeah, definitely Monarch is the best target.
Liberate. No, not Monarch, the original Liberator, Alfred.
Oh, they'll counterblast to check 4 cards, right?
Yeah, if you run counter charges, it's not even a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, the on place one is not a big deal. If it's the one you have to hit with, it might be.
No.
Mm,
You don't have to hit anything. It's just when it's on the field, as a Vanguard or rear guard.
No. I know that. I meant just in general.
well,
as this one.
Ballant or not Ballant. The one that you call can't be called by Alfred, so it's kind of redundant to use him in the Raiders.
Well, you can't
'Cause
even
you're only-
use the on-hit one either.
Yeah, you can. As long
Put
as
their
you call it, it's
Dorrance.
fine.
Put their Dorrance in the bind zone and discard.
That's fucking evil. That's evil, dude.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. I kind of. Oh, maybe I should do
I can't
Dark
wait to see
Irregulars.
players.
I'm probably gonna do. I mean, I'll probably try and get like enough gems for Nubatama. I kind of want to do Nubatama and DI next month. Nubatama just looks so fun.
Nuba is gonna piss off a lot of
I'll
people.
make every deck like I always do.
I need to save up my gems. Kind of like a poor boy right now.
Is
I
there
don't
any
know.
other character skins for Nubatama, or is it just Ninja Master and
I'm pretty sure it's just Ninja Master.
ah damn.
We need a Morikawa skin now. And he needs to be in every nation so you can play a Morikawa in every nation. So when you actually get a Morikawa hand,
He can
You-
play every clan, but the kicker is it's only grade 3 decks.
no, when you draw a grade 3, he screams, I have the strongest grade 3!
They just need more like a better shop with actual like character skins in it. Whether it's
Yeah,
like paid or like exchange, they just need more skins. Like
Yeah, I think that would probably help stimulate some spending too, which is something that needs to happen in the game.
even like animated skins, like be nice. Like a like Psyqualia Aichi's like so like cheap and like lame. Like at least they even give him the glowing eyes. It's like what?
Well, remember, they also, you can't even get him yet.
Anymore.
Yeah, anymore, yeah.
Like, they won't even give him again, probably, ever.
I just don't get it. Maybe it's like I don't know.
Actually, I think I'll just play Psycholia Aichi with Revengers. Let's see what happens with that.
There's
Oh
no
yeah, that's what I've been
chance.
doing.
I didn't buy Psyqualia Aichi just because Ren is my favorite character, so there'd be no point.
I just bought it because I remember how cool I think he is in like the anime.
Oh yeah, like don't get me wrong, like Psyqualia Aichi was definitely like the best variant of Aichi Sendo, but not as cool as Ren. Just saying.
Yeah.
I do think it's interesting how Ren's character went from being like an antagonist to just being a fucking troll throughout the entire series.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's just nonchalantly walks around now. He's like the
I think it's hilarious.
he's
how
like
Aichi is so
Orochimaru after the events of
We don't talk about Boruto here, first off. That show doesn't exist. Hell, neither does Naruto Shippuden, if we're being honest.
So when like overdress like comes to zero, like how is that gonna work in terms of like the nation sort of stuff and like the old and like the Vanguard clans? Are they just gonna go ahead?
So the way I think they'll implement it, I don't think they'll consolidate all the clans. What I think they'll do is they'll probably just add over triggers into like the zero clans, and then they'll just divide up whatever units that they were going to release anyway into like where they would fall in the traditional Vanguard hierarchy clans.
Okay. What do you think, Rad?
something
Like, how
I wish would happen, like even now, is that I would prefer it all just getting blended in, but make it so that the triple R material is still used on how you see fit. You know what I mean? Like, again, because again, everybody's kind of gonna do this weird thing, which I'm gonna find very interesting. Is the biggest issue I'm gonna say that is of them even getting to this point of getting to overdress is what are they gonna do? Are they literally gonna just shut out the daylights and make two formats where you have to climb twice as much as hard to continue up on getting your free promo stuff, or are they just gonna butcher the shit out of it and then call it. I don't think this game will survive till Overdress, in my opinion.
But like, this is like the only sort of like online game, right?
For now, but that could change. Right?
But then, what's the point of like making like another Vanguard game unless they're gonna like let you guard from your hand and that stuff? But then that stuff already like failed like years ago, you know?
Well, I don't think they got out of the development phase for the original Vanguard iteration game. For Vanguard Online, I mean.
Yes, I think it was like an alpha or something, and someone told me like something happened, like one of the devs like left or something, and or like it wasn't like quick enough, like, you know, like games would take too long or something like that.
I think the issue is well, actually, that I don't get why that would be an issue per se. Like, just because a game takes longer to play, it doesn't necessarily mean it's bad.
I think because like they
Trying to-
want something for like the mobile market, because like mobile games like make so much money, and they want like something to sort of match that. Like, oh, I can play this like for like 5 minutes or what. That's not something like you can play Vanguard for 5 minutes, but their thought process is like quick games, and so yeah.
I think they've pretty much achieved that. They've just got to work out the kinks. Although the game is in a hell of a lot better of a state than it was when it came out, because of like the ride assist feature.
And it's like I can't imagine them making like another like online game like Vanguard Zero, even if it's like a different like rules and different format. It's sort of like the idea of having like two competing games is like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see that happening either.
Especially since this game's like kind of small, like I don't think it probably not worth it for them.
I don't know.
What I think
this game could just crash and burn in a few years because again,
it could. I don't know that it will. I think it depends on how they rectify the spending disparities between the two versions.
Well, it's gonna really come down to how they handle G-Era. It really is gonna come down.
Also, yeah, true.
It's a lot of mixed feelings between people for G-Area, because no lie, people are hit or miss on it, and nothing against them. They're just not really up for it.
Oh yeah, Chess. So what I meant was like, Bushiroad / Game Studios like idea for Vanguard Zero was for it to be like quick paced and, you know, not long. Because if they like allowed guarding, like, you know, this game would take forever. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe they just thought people wouldn't damage deny or something. I don't know. They didn't think people would share ranks, you know, in the leaderboard. So maybe they thought like people wouldn't damage deny. I don't know, dude. That sounds too confident.
Yeah, who knows?
But yeah.
Again, it's gonna all really depend. There's no limitations on what can possibly resolves.
No. If the game does crash and burn, like, are you guys gonna like just play another card game, or like what's gonna happen?
I don't really like card games anymore. Not really, except for Vanguard. After I discovered Vanguard, my interest in other card games just died out exponentially.
Oh damn.
Because it does so much right that I can't possibly see another card game rising up that would like Vanguard.
But you get so frustrated with it, you almost eat your phone every week.
I didn't say I was always happy with the damn thing. I just said it's the best card game I've played.
I don't know what
make
Right
sure
My
you-
Avatar will do. Who play Digimon?
You mean what I'm doing already now and just top every locals every week?
Yeah, you're just like, you know, Vanguard Zero goes away, you're just gonna become Digimon like full time.
Yep. And just dominate everybody with red.
Actually, quick question, right, before you end it. Like, if Digimon came out with like their own like mobile like version, like official app, would you like drop that for like Vanguard Zero if you had to choose to drop one?
Depends on how the app performs, really. If I'm dealing with almost the same shit as I'm dealing with Zero, sure, I'll just stick with Zero. But if Digimon is 10 times better, oh fuck yeah.
Yellow best deck. You drop zero, Trezor says. Oh god, yellow's toxic.
Jazz, I'll fight you any day of the week and show you yellow ain't shit.
Damn. Gonna remember that.
If you're talking set 3 yellow, fine. If you're talking set 5 yellow, then yeah, I will say I'll give yellow best deck. Because yellow is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
Buffalo's
Chesa likes to play the Shine Greymon, the Tamer based one, with the 3k bullets or whatever.
Yeah, Shine Greymon can be on the board for all of 2 seconds.
But yeah, sorry to interrupt. Go ahead, Ride. I think it's gonna end it.
Yeah. So guys, I think this was a great podcast. We talked a lot of great subjects. Thank you, Skylet, for coming out. Knight, you want to start us off on signing out?
Well, I'm Knight, and you guys know me, Regiment Salty Edgelord. Welcome and goodbye.
Eventually, we will get him to say he's the angry Knight.
You're gonna be waiting a long time, my guy.
So go ahead, Skylet.
Yeah, Skylet VG. Pretty much, you guys know me in chat. So, yeah, happy to be here. Yeah, Ride's a good friend. Knight's a good friend. Always happy to talk with them.
Yeah, and hopefully you had a lot of fun. This is Ride My Avatar signing out, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Again, stick around. I will be heading into the Shark stream in a little bit. But till then,
Don't lose.
I'm not going to lose.
I will be praying for you.
Yeah, I'm bringing Garmoire, Ethic Buster, and Link Joker into his craziness.
What Link Joker? Stan Link Joker or?
Oh, my variant.
Oh.
So I have Entropy as like another Trilock function that I'm just gonna use.
Oh yeah, I like Entropy.
Ride isn't cool enough to use Stan Link Joker.
I just
He doesn't
don't
like
want to rely on swinging it like twice and then all of a sudden missing my stands. I use stand Garmoire. Okay, we Gucci with stand Garmoire.
I told you it's a nasty fucking deck.
I enjoy it. Yes. So guys,
People are like, stand triggers and liberators. There's no point. Like, isn't there?
so we're gonna head on out. We'll do our be right back screen. Hasta luego.